Hi you guys, and happy Foundation Friday. Welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to be talking about a foundation, but one that I haven't talked about on here before, but one that I have used on my clients time and time again. So if you haven't found the right foundation for you, this little different take on foundation might be your holy grail. I don't know. So if you want to know more about that, hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and let's do it. So we are talking about today the Temptu airbrush system. Now I know some of you guys might be thinking, oh, that's too cumbersome, or oh, that looks a little too hard to use. It's actually very, very simple, and I know the founder. She is a very, very dear friend of mine, and I have been using this for so long on my clients. This is one of those things that honestly might change the game for you if you haven't found the right foundation for you. So how I like to start it out, by the way, they have two different formulas. One that's like a more glowy luminous foundation, and one that's called like a semi-matte, but it's more of a skin finish in my opinion. So what I do is I start out with a luminizing primer, and I do not put the primer in the middle of my face. So I'm just doing the Wonder Glow by Charlotte Tilbury. And I do this just, again, you know, as we always know with anything that's kind of more on the matte side, I like to add a little bit of a glow first. So that's what we'll do. Just make sure the skin looks really pretty underneath. The reason why this is different is because the way that it's delivered. So it comes in these little pods. The way that it fits into the system is actually very simple. My hands have stuff all over them. The way the pods are is they come like this. You just take this out. You make sure you shake them before you start. You literally take out this little stopper guy right here. Simple as that. I kind of pull him down a little bit. And then I like to actually pump this thing a few times before I start, but you don't have to. It's just my little way of doing it, prepping it. I used to use airbrush foundation on everybody when I first started, and then you obviously just pop this into the system. It's very, very easy. But I used to use airbrush on anyone when I started my bridal business, because it just makes the skin look so velvety perfect. And it's the way that the air goes into the formula, and it makes it into these tiny little particles all over your skin. I've actually been known to take this formula, put it on my hands, and spread it around the face as well. It's great for body makeup as well. And it is just a beautiful, beautiful formula, okay? So all you do is just pop it in here, and then you are on your way. Now it has three different settings: low, high, highest. I recommend highest for body, low and medium for your face. I actually start out with low, but since I'm pretty used to this, I'll go to just the medium setting. But they also have blushes and all sorts of other things for the face. Their blushes are gorgeous. They're just like cream blushes. They look so beautiful on the skin. So let's get in to show you how to do this. So when it's in, by the way, this is very dirty because it's very well loved, and I just actually use this. It's very easy to clean. I just take a makeup wipe and just kind of wipe this guy down. But anyway, so what I'm going to do is I don't actually do any other makeup before I start using an airbrush machine, because an airbrush machine does have a tendency to kind of go over your eye makeup. So I do this, and then I do the rest of my face. Of course, I leave this area pretty bare because that's where concealer goes for me. So I just hold it down. Simple as that. You pull back on the trigger, and you want to be about this distance from the face. I'm actually going to turn it up to a little bit higher than medium, or turn it up to medium, and you just go around in circular motions. The reason why I also love this is because the coverage can be so customizable. You can use it really, really lightweight. You can use it very heavy. It just honestly is all dependent upon how much you want to put on. That's as simple as it is. So this is all I do. And I'm going to do one side of my face so you guys can really see. And again, you can just build this up to whatever you want it to look like. You also can turn it down to 1 and spot treat. Like if you have a, pigmentation or an acne mark or something like that, you just pull it down halfway and spot treat. And then all you do is take your beauty blender that is not wet, and you just tap it out. I'm just using a tiny little Real Techniques one. And that's how you kind of can spot treat. So you can do the whole face very lightly and then maybe just a few areas a little bit more in depth, like I usually like. And then I'm just gonna finish up my nose. Goes on beautifully over the nose. See how I'm just layering this? It's so easy. And that's it. So I don't powder this foundation. I will powder the more dewier finish foundation, but that's how I kind of get away without using powder, is I'll just use this formula. Do you see how it still has some shine to it? It still has natural skin finish to it. It's not tacky, but look at the difference between the two sides of the skin. Isn't that beautiful? I just love it. And if you have any places where, for instance, maybe your machine isn't as charged as it needs to be, sometimes it will spit a little bit, which it doesn't hardly at all. You just take your beauty blender that is not damp and you just kind of tap it around. And it's okay to go over with a little bit of a beauty sponge afterwards if you need to for any reason, but I don't ever, unless I've done that spot concealing. But that's basically it. So look at the skin, you guys. I love it. I use this a lot if I'm going to be on camera, okay? So let's try the other side. And I'll actually show you guys how to spot conceal this guy right here. See? He's gone. If you wanted to. Again, you don't have to go that kind of aggressive. And I keep my eyes open. You do not have to, but it doesn't bother me. But if you do have sensitive eyes, you know, you kind of just squint a little bit. I'm gonna tap this in a little bit, just where I made my extra little foundation marks, and that's basically it. And it doesn't fly in your hair very much at all. I mean, that's why I have my hair back, but it doesn't get in like your hair like a normal airbrush machine would, or some of the other competitors. I feel that this is so far superior to any of the other competitors. I mean, I'm done. That's literally all it takes. So I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back just to show you the finished result. Alright, so everything is on. I have no powder on. I literally just applied concealer, blush, and bronzer. But I thought I would do a little bit of a treat. This is their champagne their champagne highlighter. I just thought I'd show you how to use that. So you're going to put it on one. And you're just going to gently go right over where you want to place it. Look at that. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. And just a little bit goes a long way. And then all I do is take, again, my beauty blender and just kind of tap this in. And again, you don't have to do the highlighter. I thought it would just be fun to show you guys something a little bit different. And I just kind of tap this bad boy in, and it gives this beautiful glow. And I like to tap it in with the beauty blender just because it makes it a little bit more a part of the skin, especially when you are using a highlighting product. So let's go ahead and go into some real light so you guys can really see it. All right, you guys, so we are in real light right now, natural light. Look at this foundation. Okay, so it is beautiful. It's really concealed the skin. Again, I did go a little bit heavier than I normally do, just so I could show you guys how to apply it, and that you can get a full coverage if you want. You can get even a tinted moisturizer coverage. It's really honestly up to you. That's what's so great. It's very easily customizable. So yeah, so here is the foundation. I'm going to give it a little bit of a wear test. I have used this so many times that I know that this lasts literally all day, between 6 to to 8 hours. Again, I've used it on the red carpet. That is really the test of some makeup, because the red carpet can be tough under all those lights and sun and things like that. So I definitely know that this foundation works, but I do want to let you guys see what it looks like in a few hours, so you guys can see if, you know, it does get a little bit glowier, and I'm not mad at that. So what I usually do is I will pack in my set bag a little powder puff, or just a little bit of powder just for right around here for myself and my clients, but that's basically it. None of the perimeter ever needs to be powdered, and I don't feel that this transfers onto clothes, because I've used it all the way down here, so I don't feel this transfers onto clothes. But if you're worried about it, you can just powder it a little bit, but I don't ever find that happens. So let's see you guys in a little bit. All right, you guys, so we are about 4 hours later, and it looks fantastic. So I hope you guys try this system out. I know it is a small little bit of investment, but I just feel that you get more bang for your buck if this is something that interests you. It's definitely for the more beauty tech, or somebody that is just really looking for a foundation that they haven't found yet, and this might be the formula. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you on the next one. And don't forget, all of the product descriptions and where to get everything is always below in the description box. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Lots of love from me to you. Bye, you guys.